All right. Figure got some time here. And so I want to get through a little bit of this, a little bit more of this. This is going to take forever. And I had a little bit of an issue with YouTube. I guess they decided to give me, I don't know, something on one of my videos. So the last one, I don't know, I'm having issues with it. Looks like it finally uploaded, but it took forever, which is not normal, but it is what it is. The So yeah, I guess I'll move on with this. I don't remember where I stopped with all this. I think I went into a little bit of this 27th here, but I think I'm going to start with this madness here. All right, so September 27th, Paddock spent several hours gambling in Manly Bay. Paddock spoke as VIP host reference, wanting the Vista Suite, the end of the hall with the double doors. Now, this is always kind of a little confusing. Paddock was insistent on the suite and connecting room. Paddock wanted to be in the 200 wing as it had a better view, according to him. Paddock was upset about the room, but was not angry. Paddock never mentioned a reason why he wanted a connecting room. So that's the overview. Honestly, they didn't really say anything about what happened this day. And I've never seen the interview with this VIP host, which personally I think would be a very, very important interview. But we haven't seen that. So that sucks. So, LBSA, man, if you're out there, you're listening to this, that's something I want to see, man. That's something I want to see. So this thing right here, man, spoke as VIP host reference why Vista Suite at the end of the hall with double doors. He already had a Vista Suite at the end of the hall with double doors, just not in the 200 wing. Paddock was assist on the suite and connecting room. So maybe it's possible he could have gotten the suite in the 200 wing, but he couldn't get the connecting room, or that all those suites were taken. I don't know. Better view. Really, it doesn't have better view. The 200 wing has better view of the airport. That's about it. So, whatever. Paddock was upset about the room, but was not angry. Paddock never mentioned the reason why he wanted a connecting room. So again, VIP host. We know he had a VIP host, according to this. Since he had a VIP host, like I said, I have not seen or had anybody show me where there's a statement from the VIP host. I don't remember ever seeing that. I don't think there is one. There's two statements from VIP hosts from the Win, I believe, and one from Caesars. But I haven't seen one from the Mandalay Bay. And I think that would be the most important out of all of them, really. I mean, I think I don't really care about the Win garbage. I don't care about the Caesars Palace garbage. They didn't really have much to say. The VIP host from this, I think, would be the most important, actually, the only important one. Anyway, wanted to be in 200 wing. They keep pushing that. I don't know. But when during the day did he actually talk to this guy and ask this guy? Was this the guy he shook hands with while he's gambling? Well, no. You know what? That was on the 29th, I believe. Anyway, let's move on. At approximately 7 in the morning, Paddock stopped gambling. She is doing continuously since previous night, so all right, I don't think we have any video footage proving that wrong at this point. At approximately 15:56, so what? Almost 3 in the afternoon. So let's say we got a sleeping habit here of 7 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon. But Paddock placed a room service order for 2 entrees totaling $94. Man, I mean, those room service, it's actually not that expensive. And I know it's all comp, so maybe he just doesn't give a shit. Just orders all kinds of crap. I don't know. But I'm guessing, yeah, that would probably be comped. I don't know. I think the receipts are floating around out there. Uh, I don't remember, but if they are, you would see on the receipt what I would expect to see on the receipt is charge it to the room, which to room service, shit, I think that's a given. I think it charged it to the room anyway. Anyways, so approximately 16:32 room, and I'm gonna go into this a little bit crazier when I get to the final. I'll probably do a little more homework on the final, but this one I'm just trying to get through. Approximately what 4:30. Room 32135 is cleaned by hotel staff. So yeah, he had time to eat, and then they had the room cleaned. Paddock remained in the room while as it was clean. Now we have a statement from that person saying it was creepy as fuck. He was on his computer. He was staring at her, kind of giving her. Well, I don't want to get political. So, but getting creepy with her. At approximately 8 o'clock at night, Paddock was seen in the valet area of Mandalay Bay. So, hour and a half later. Well, no, it's a couple hours later. What am I talking about? That was a couple hours later. So he hung out. He hung out for a while. Paddock was seen in the valet area of the Mandalay Bay with 2 rolling suitcases. Paddock had his vehicle removed from valet and left Mandalay Bay at approximately 8:15. Approximately 8:30, Paddock arrived at the Ogden, entered a room at approximately 8:31. So, all right. So, it takes a couple minutes to park the car, get up into his room, the Ogden. I guess that's not it's not a tough parking situation. And to be honest with you, I don't even remember where the park for the Ogden was. I don't know if I ever went to the parking spaces for the Ogden. I think they're under that hotel, but I'm not sure. Or not a hotel, but condominium complex, whatever the fuck. But I'm not sure. Let's see, from 8:45 to 10 o'clock. So an hour. Paddock left the Ogden, drove to Mesquite. Well, okay, so not an hour. So let's be exact on this. Hour and 15 minutes. Took him an hour. It took 48 minutes the fucking night before, but for some reason, the same drive, almost the same exact time. Well, at least close. Took him an extra half an hour. That's a big discrepancy, right? So discussed that on the last one there a little bit. At approximately 2300 hours, Paddock arrived at Walmart in Mesquite. So for an hour, what did he do? Go to his place, drop off some baggage? I don't know. He purchased luggage, razor blades, fake flowers, a vase, and a styrofoam ball. I don't know. Whatever. The fuck is that about? And I don't think we're even sure that the vase is the one that we see in the room, but yeah, we're assuming that it is. September 28th. Oh, man. In Mesquite, Nevada, Paddock purchased 308 bolt-action rifle, deposited $14,000 into a Wells Fargo account, and wire transferred $50,000 to an account in the Philippines, right? So here we go, another wire transfer. More craziness. So 14 grand. Shoot, I don't have the slides up for his wins losses. I think he might have won some money that night before, but he was up. I forget what he won, 70 grand or 80 grand, I think, one night. But he ended up throwing it all back. Paddock visited a gun range in Mesquite, Nevada before traveling back to Mandalay Bay. All right. And they never, I guess here they show you on the timeline when it actually, all this occurred. So as far as the transfer and stuff like that, I don't believe they did the day before or the time before. They did that with 26, I think it was. For approximately 2 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. Paddock's cell phone is located in Mesquite, Nevada, according to cell phone records. So, where was his cell phone from 11 o'clock the night before, or whenever he left the Walmart, to 2 in the morning? Where was he? Connection. There we go. All right, so we're back. And of course, it screws up StreamYard each time. Hey, what's up, man? All right, so again, not too much of a discrepancy there as far as the time frame goes. His cell phone was located in Mesquite, Nevada at 2:30 in the morning. Not as bad as the last time where they had a discrepancy of a couple, quite a few hours. Here you got just a couple hours because 11 o'clock they got him at the Walmart. 2:30 in the morning they got him in Mesquite, Nevada. Yeah, so why they don't just say the whole fucking time he's in Mesquite, Nevada, I don't know. According to cell phone records, yeah. So where was the cell phone from 11 to 2? All right. From approximately 2 in the afternoon. Okay, so 2 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. It seems like this guy sleeps when the sun comes up and then crashes out till sometime about noon to sometime in the early afternoon. So I guess we got sleeping time here. Or approximately 2, almost 3 in the afternoon to 3 in the afternoon. 15 minutes there, plus some. Paddock made $14,000 deposit to Wells Fargo and transferred $50,000 to a bank in the Philippines. So, again, they're vague on the statement. We don't know how he transferred this money, where he transferred this money. They don't say he walked into a bank, actually. They do say at Wells Fargo, so I guess we can infer that this was done at a bank. Yeah, made a deposit at Wells Fargo. So that sounds like he was in the bank, I guess, on this one. So that's a possibility, I guess. 15 minutes, I guess that'd be all right. I'm sure that bank in Mesquite, Nevada is probably not that busy. This is the 28th, so God, what day was this? I can't even think. It's a Thursday or some shit like that. At approximately 3:23 in the afternoon. So 23 minutes later, Paddock purchased a .308 bolt-action rifle from a gun store in Mesquite, Nevada. All right, so deposited 14 grand and then transferred a bunch, and then he went and bought a fucking rifle from a gun store. It doesn't say he took any money out, but I'm guessing, I don't know, did he pay cash for this rifle? I don't know. For approximately, what is this? This is 5:23 to 6:03. Paddock was seen driving to an area of the city of Mesquite landfill gun range located at, who cares? In a rural area of Mesquite, Nevada. So he was seen driving, is what they're saying here. Again, a lot of things in this report. Hey, how you doing? A lot of things in this report I don't take verbatim because this timeline is just a fucking nightmare, and it's really, really shaky, and a lot of it's wrong, straight up, just wrong. So but they're saying he was seen driving to an area in the city of Mesquite landfill. So where was he seen, man? Do they use traffic cameras for this? Do they have CCTV at the landfill that they caught him on? They just don't say. So for approximately, let's see, so a little over 2 hours later, 2.5 hours, approximately 10 o'clock, 10:42 to, or no, it's not 10:42. I'm sorry, it's 8:42. I fucking hate military time. I hate it when they do this crap. 8:42 to 9:46. So for an hour, what is that? It's an hour and 4 minutes. Paddock traveled to Mesquite, Nevada, to the Mandalay Bay and parked in valet. All right, so this time it took him, an hour and a half to get here. It took him an hour and a little over an hour. It still doesn't explain the 48 minutes that it took him a couple days before. Paddock was seen entering the Mandalay Bay. So what do we got there? We got he was at the landfill at 6 o'clock at night, and he's only at that landfill about what, a half hour. Let's see, what's that? That's 40 minutes. He was at that landfill for 40 minutes, and then a couple hours later, he's traveling from Mesquite, Nevada. So we have a couple hour gap there, which we don't know what he was doing, packing his bags, whatever. Paddock traveled to Mesquite, Nevada to Mandalay Bay and parked in valet. Now, the other thing is here, they don't say when he purchased this rifle, did he also purchase the Tannerite? They're not saying that here. They're silent on that. So did he? Did he? I mean, I that was kind of always inferred, but did he? You know, it's kind of why I'm going through this, trying to figure out, what is inferred knowledge that has run through this community and become public knowledge versus what is actually written in this report. All right, so from approximately, 8:42 to 9:46, Paddock traveled from Mesquite, Nevada, to Mandalay Bay and parked in valet. Paddock was seen entering the Mandalay Bay with 2 rolling suitcases and a laptop bag. Let's see. So he went to the valet and brought his own bags up, right? So I think that's kind of important when he's bringing his own bags up as opposed to, having some dude lug them up. And then at approximately 22:18, so what do we got there? Half hour? 10:18. Paddock began gambling at Mandalay Bay and continued gambling into the next morning, 28th. So is this, let me see here. Real quick, because I did actually run up a video here. Try to figure out what day this is, though. So let me see if I can get this on. Oops. All right, just give me a sec here to get this set up. Let's see, Chrome. And then what is this? This is not the release. This is this one here. And share audio, share this. All right. So this is the New York Times footage. Kind of wanted to look at this real quick and see what's going on with this as far as this goes.
Uses the valet service and a bellman to carry a white container and 3 suitcases to his room.
All right, that's echoing. And I think I know why. There we go.
His arsenal of weapons is growing. Again, he gambles through the night.
And 29th. So that's the night of the 28th and 29th. Now, I believe that's where we're at. So you look at this. This is the 28th.
Again,
that's the.
He gambles through the night.
That. All right, he's wearing a white shirt right here. This is the 29th. So this is 3:30 in the morning. And let's go back a little bit here.
Again.
Oh, man, come on. I want that screen, man. Right there. So 11:01 on the 28th. 11:01. So let's look at this. All right. Sorry, this is taking a little bit, but this is what I want to do. And let's share the other screen. Let's go back to the FIT report. All right. So he started gambling at 22:18, 10:18. Paddock began gambling at the Mandalay Bay, and this is just one of those things that we can we can kind of just throw out this this timeline with this. And this is why I wanted to do this, man, because I've done videos on this before. But so at 10:18, they say he was gambling, continued gambling through the morning. And he stopped at 5:43 in the morning, right? So he gambled for basically a straight, what is this? Let's try and be a little exact here. So 10:18 to 5:43. So they're saying he gambled for, oh my God, why am I screwed up today? 7.5 hours, 7.5 hours. But he started at 10 o'clock the night before, ended at 5 o'clock, right? Now, I'm not going to go into the fit report, but the fit report actually goes against that. The fit report has somebody up in that room. I believe it's 1 o'clock in the morning on the 29th, messing with the door, going in. Looks like somebody was in that room for about, I think, 2 hours, if I remember right. So let's go back to, let's take this off. Let's go back to that. Let's share screen. Let's go back to that video. Share the audio. All right, so here we go. Is that, yeah, okay, that's planned. All right, so what we got is we got 9:28 at 11 o'clock at night, right? So this is the day. Now he should not go back to his room until 5 o'clock next morning, according to this report, which is a problem. And I'm going to talk about that problem right now because you don't really get a good look at him, but you can see enough on this that that shirt is not white. It's a dark colored shirt. Don't know what color it is. Maybe gray, maybe green, maybe something of that nature. Could even be black, for Christ's sake. I don't know. The coloration of these cameras. But it is a dark colored shirt. It is not a white shirt. That is not fucking a white shirt. All right, so it's a dark colored shirt, right? So we go and we play a little bit into this.
Again, he gambles through the night.
Okay. So right here, 29th. Whoops, 3 o'clock in the morning. Let's go back. Let's do, I don't know, in this, I don't know if this is him at the register. That's a green shirt, right? Well, I guess it kind of fits in with, what we saw in the previous one.
Through the night.
Everyone likes to say he was wearing a brown shirt the whole time. That does not look like the same, and I think this is actually the same camera. That does not look like the same green shirt this guy was wearing. Of course, the guy next to him is wearing a dark colored shirt, but that's the that's our payout guy. That's the guy dealing with the hand pay. So what happened here, right? At some point in the night, you think this guy's changing his clothes up in the in a bathroom somewhere in the casino. I mean, there's an issue with that, right? So, that's why a lot of times I say this report is really, the timeline, as far as the timeline goes, is complete bullshit. Now here, this is supposedly him coming in that day. Let's go back a little bit. All right, so that's him. That does not look like a white shirt to me. That does not look like a white shirt at all.
Container and 3 suitcases.
That looks blue, actually.
His arsenal of weapons.
I mean, but it could be green, I guess. That we don't know. There's no timestamp on this, which is a problem. That's an issue.
Again, he gambled.
I don't know if this is him in the front. I don't think it is because there's some lady with this guy. Someone said he's back here in the back somewhere. I don't know why they're giving us this footage right here. So there he is, white shirt. So what happened, man? Where did this guy change clothes? He was supposedly gambling all night, right? Of course, you can't take the valet because, of course, he did go up to the room at some point. But what you can look at is when he was here gambling, right? So this is him right here. This is obviously him right here. You can see a bald pattern there. And the employees ain't going to be gambling on these machines. So that's Paddock. That's not a white shirt. It's not a white shirt. That's just not. So what do we got going on here, man? Because later, that's a light colored shirt, man. I'm guessing that is actually white. So what happened here, right? We have in the door logs, I believe at it was around 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not going to pull door logs up because that'd be a whole can of worms right here. And I'll get into that later, I think, when I probably go through the final, because the same shit comes up in the final. Somewhere, this guy went up to his room and changed clothes. Unless you believe that he changes his clothes in the fucking bathroom. He's a really fucking weird guy at that point. That's creepy. Sometime between 11 o'clock that night and 3:30 in the morning, right? That fits with the door logs, but that does not fit with the timeline that they've given us.
Night. It's now Friday.
And of course, there is no, timestamp on this footage here. But nevertheless, if we're to believe the narrator, and honestly, it does kind of look like the same shirt he was just wearing while he's gambling. But if we're to believe the narrator, this is in the morning as Paddock is going up to his room after a night of gambling. I believe even the narrator says he spent all night gambling. So he was reading this straight out of the report. Okay, so that is an issue. That is a fucking problem. All right, so let's get off this. Just play this a little bit.
At 8 p.m., the Route 91 Harvest Festival will open in the fairgrounds.
All right, so done with that for now. So give me a second to share the report screen again. That's not what I want. That's what I want. And yep, looks good. All right, so moving on. That was 28th, 29th there. So something's definitely broken as far as this report goes. And, the wording there, I don't know. Paddock began gambling at Mandalay Bay and continued gambling into the next morning. That shit ain't true. That just ain't true. I think I would believe the video footage we were given over this report, especially since this report, there are other places you can poke holes into this report. All right, so 29th, second refrigerator was delivered to Paddock's room, 135. So he had it delivered to the, the larger room where, he had all the guns and stuff like that, supposedly. Staff was asked only to change. Now, okay, well, no, this was the day he actually got the other room. Staff was asked only to change linens and take out the trash in room 32135. Staff member was told by Paddock not to vacuum 135 and not to remove the food service cart from the room. Staff was asked specifically to change sheets and towels in room 134 and inform Paddock when room 134 was completed. That's interesting, right? So he just got into room 134. Now there's something about an air freshener in that thing. I believe that was 134. I could be wrong. We'll get to that eventually. So I'm not going to go too far into that. But why would you change the sheets and the towels in 134? You just got in there. This is the 29th. You just got into that room. And I think it was like 3 p.m. he got into that room. This fucking guy, he sleeps in the morning, so he's already awake. Why are you changing the sheets and the towels in a room you just got into? That's interesting, I guess. So Paddock remained in room 135 and used the laptop as the rooms were being cleaned. So maybe this is the day that girl was getting creeped out over him. But again, 134. If we're to believe this is correct, Paddock checked into 134 and immediately called and had the sheets changed and the towels changed. I would think they would clean this room before they gave it to him, so that's a little awkward. Again, this timeline here, it's just a mess. It's an absolute mess. At approximately 5 in the morning, 5:43 in the morning, Paddock stopped gambling, which he was doing continuously through the night, which is not necessarily entirely true. We do know he was gambling through the night, but we don't know that he was gambling throughout the entire night. And this was not the time when he actually stopped and went up to the room. They omitted a part in the middle there. For approximately, was it 12:28 noon to 1:14 p.m., Paddock ate at Mizuyu Sushi Saki. What? And then returned to room 32135. I don't know why they had the sake in there because I don't think that's what it's called. I think it's just Mizuyu Sushi. So how long do you take to eat here, man? About what? I don't know. My calculator's a little jacked up today, man, in my head. So 50 minutes or so. I guess that's all right. At approximately 2 o'clock, rooms 32, 135, 134 were cleaned by hotel staff. What? What? Paddock remained in room 32, 135, used his laptops as the rooms were being cleaned. But here we are down at Mizuya Sushi eating sushi while the rooms are being cleaned. Wait, no. Okay. No, it says two. At approximately 2 o'clock, rooms 32, 135, 134 were cleaned by hotel staff. Shit, man. Now I got to go back and look at when he actually, what the time was he actually checked into that 134. All right. Well, I'm going to table that for now. We got to circle back. We got to circle back to that sometime because I don't want to deal with that right now. I don't want to go into door logs and stuff like that. That's not even part of this report. This is preliminary, not the final. And that shit's in the final. At approximately 3 o'clock, Paddock checked into rooms 32134 under Dan Lee's name from the VIP check-in counter at the Mandalay Bay. All right, so he didn't get the, here it is. Yeah, okay. And I think the door logs did check out with this, if I remember right, from going through that. So 3 o'clock, he checked into 134, right? What the fuck is, I mean, I'm sorry, dude. This timeline, this is just a mess. This is fucked up. Somebody didn't, I mean, they don't have anybody reading this. I mean, Lombardo didn't check this before he put his name on it. What the fuck? Who wrote this timeline? That's what I want to know. Like, who actually wrote this? Which dipshit fucking wrote this? Was this our buddy Jerry McDonald fucking this up? I don't know. But approximately 3 o'clock, 3:08, Paddock took the guest elevator to the 32nd floor. Approximately 3:09, Paddock entered room 134. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to look at the door logs. I believe that elevator takes about a minute and a half to get up there. So I guess they could be, they could be altering time a little bit. I think that hallway took about a minute and a half, 2 minutes to walk down the entire hallway all the way to the end. But yeah, all right, whatever. Not going to nitpick a couple minutes here. For approximately 3:10 to 3:09 to 1 a.m., September 30th, Paddock remained inside rooms 134 and 135. All right, so staff was asked specifically to change sheets and towels in room 134 and informed Paddock when 134 was completed. So I guess, holy shit, guys, why don't you fucking write this in English? Okay, so I guess what they're trying to say is, man, he went down, probably asked for the room. And I have to infer a lot of things here because the way this is written is not good. He probably went, what they're saying, I think, is that he went down, he asked for the room. Hey, give me 134. Okay, we'll give you 134. But we got to clean it first. Okay, let me know when it's clean. Okay, so then he goes to Mizuya Sushi right there, kind of right in that same little area, starts eating his little sushi and stuff. At 2 o'clock, and then he fucked around a little bit, I guess, for a while there. And, down in the hotel. And So 135, 134 were cleaned. And then at 3 o'clock, he probably got word, hey, it's ready. He went and checked into 134 from the VIP check-in counter, Mandalay Bay. So he walked over there, took care of business, and then he went up to the room. I think that's what they're trying to say here. But again, we have to speculate certain parts of this just to make this work, because this is just a shit show. This is a total shit show. At approximately 3:09 to 1 a.m. Yeah, 1 a.m. Paddock remained inside rooms 134, 135. This setup time? Is this the setup time? Because this guy didn't sleep at those hours. This wasn't his regular sleeping schedule. So it's possible he could have taken a little nap there or something like that, but this isn't his regular sleeping schedule right here. At approximately 11 o'clock, 11:11, he got room service, ate some food. All right, so if we are to assume that he was sleeping, it would have been from 3 in the afternoon to and again, that's normally about the time he wakes up. So approximately stopped gambling. So I'm guessing he already slept this day, right? Slept from 5 in the morning to about noon. That's what I would think here, man. This guy didn't sleep a full 8 hours, it looks like, on any of these days, really. All right, so yeah, breaking down this day through the timeline is a pain in the ass. It'd probably be easier just to go through the door logs, try and figure it out that way. So from 3:10 in the afternoon to 1 in the morning, he ran inside the rooms, right? So I would say that this is probably the only time he really had to set everything up to a point. He could have still hit some things, but actually loading magazines, stuff like that. At approximately 11 o'clock, room service ticket. Yeah, okay. So he ordered a bunch more food. It's pretty close to the same total. Instead of $94, it was 102, so it's not too far off. Again, he's getting this stuff comp, so I guess it's completely possible that he was by himself. I know that's a hot topic. People don't want to believe that, but honestly, man, I mean, when the food's free, I don't know. I could rationalize it. I don't know if I believe it, but September 30th, Paddock traveled to Mesquite, Nevada, twice from Mandalay Bay. What? Paddock placed do not disturb signs of both 135, 134. Paddock gambled for a couple of hours and brought more suitcases up to his room. Oh, okay. So this is, I believe, the day. All right. So looks like he did gamble this day. I think this is the day he won like 40 grand or something, if I remember right. I don't know. I don't have the slide up right now. At approximately 1 a.m., Paddock drove to Mesquite, Nevada. Now we don't have an actual time frame here, which is, kind of weird. Approximately, yeah. So he had a room service ticket at 11:11. So we got to give him some time to eat. And then at 1 o'clock, he drove to Mesquite, Nevada. But I'm guessing that's when he left. I don't know. Doesn't really say. At approximately 5, almost 6 a.m., Paddock returned to the Mandalay Bay with 4 suitcases from approximately noon to 12:15. Again, sleeping pattern. Got about 6 hours. 5 hours sleep here. Guess he's one of those guys, man. Kind of crazy, man. I work with people like that. Sleep 4 hours a night. It's crazy. People are crazy. But I mean, hey, your stress level's probably through the roof. You probably have a hard time sleeping when you're about to do something this stupid. If this was, in fact, premeditated. Paddock returned to Mandalay Bay with 4 suitcases at 6 a.m., about 6 a.m. Yeah, it doesn't give a lot of sleep time there, man. Not really. But we don't have an approximate time of when he arrived in Mesquite, Nevada at all. We just don't. So is that 1 o'clock when he hit Mesquite? Or was that 1 o'clock when he left Las Vegas? We don't know. From approximately noon, 12:04 to 12:15 hours, hotel staff serviced the private minibar in room 134, right? So they're not going into 135. So if you did actually set up, they're not going into 135. Paddock placed the do not disturb signs on the room doors sometime after 12:15. So they didn't see the do not disturb signs. They don't know when they went up. Between approximately 1 p.m. and 2 p.m., Paddock was asked if he would like the rooms 135, 134 clean. He declined, right? So, yeah, it's possible he's already got things set up at this point. It's possible he set it up in the little time frame we have up here. And again, got to check door logs. Not doing that today. But it's possible he checked, he set some of his stuff up here between 1 a.m. and 23:11. So actually, even after that, because he didn't drive to Mesquite till 1 in the morning. So, 15:09 to 1 a.m. So 3 in the afternoon to 1 a.m. That gives him quite a bit of time to set up. All right, removes his vehicle from valet from almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon to, a little after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Paddock removes his vehicle from valet. Wow, it took him a while, dude. Took him a while, man. He was sitting there. According to this, what is that? Almost, not 20 minutes, about 15, 15, what is that? I don't know, my calculator's off. A little over 15 minutes. Paddock removes vehicle from valet and parked in the self-park garage. Okay. So that's the entire time. That's the time from picking up his vehicle, driving to the self-park. Yeah, he's got time for that. It's right around the corner. It's not that hard. I know there was we were talking about that a little bit. There was some controversy behind that, but personally, yeah, I believe that's completely plausible. That time frame. Approximately 3:12, Paddock was observed exiting the parking garage elevator with 2 suitcase rolling bags. Right, so another couple of bags are probably. Again, we'd have to look at the footage, which I don't really want to get into too much of that right now. We'd have to look at the footage and say, well, did those bags look heavy? Did they not look heavy? Was that all the ammunition that was going up into the room? What's the deal with those 2 bags? Because apparently he didn't want the valet to take them. He wanted to take them himself. Some of these bags he insisted on taking himself. So to me, that's always interesting. So 3:20. A little after that, he was seen in the guest elevator with 2 rolling suitcases, took them into his room. Yeah, okay. At approximately, what is this? This is 7:52 at night, so almost 8 o'clock. Paddock drove from Mandalay Bay to Mesquite, Nevada, and arrived approximately, almost 9 o'clock at night. So, let's see, that was an hour, almost a little over an hour took him to get there. Still does not explain the 48 minutes now. God, man. Someday we're going to have to break that down, time frame on that. Like how many miles an hour he was hauling ass to get to hit that trip in an hour. I forget what the actual mileage is on that. October 1st. Oh, boy, this is going to be a fun one. This is where shit gets loopy. From approximately 2 in the morning to, what is this? This is 8:40 at night. Paddock departed Mesquite, Nevada, and returned to Mandalay Bay. Now, up here, one more thing up here. Well, I guess they're saying he drove to Mesquite twice on this day. So I guess, yeah, technically they're true. That's true. They got him in the morning and then at night. All right, so he spent several hours gambling, brought more suitcases to his room, and ordered room service. At approximately 2 in the morning, Paddock left Mesquite, Nevada. At approximately 3 in the morning, Paddock arrived Self Park Garage, Mandalay Bay. So it takes him about an hour to get here. About an hour. Again, man, got to look up the mileage on that. The controversy behind that we're having as far as this goes is they don't explain how they know he's in Mesquite, Nevada. What is actually catching him in Mesquite, Nevada? Is it you know cameras on the you know what do you call it? Street cameras catching him? Is this cell phone? Because usually, I mean, in the problem with this report and the stupid nature of this report is it looks like it was written by a bunch of different dummies all at different times. So, they're not saying, at times they'll say his cell phone was located in Mesquite, Nevada, but here they don't do that. So, what were they using to see this guy in Mesquite, Nevada? We don't know. They're not telling us. So he arrived at Self Park Garage. We know that's from cameras. That's kind of obvious. From approximately 3 in the morning to 7:30 in the morning. Well, 3:30 in the morning, 7:30, whatever. Paddock walked around the casino and gambled. Paddock used both his own and Danley's players' cards. So why are you using Danley's card at this point, man? Why are you trying to rack up points in Danley's name? Why do you give a shit about putting points on Danley's card? This is the first, right? So shit's going to go down tonight. And for some weird fucking reason, he's actually using Mary Lou Danley's players card to gamble on this day. And just to verify, this is first. Yeah, this is the first. So what are you doing? The fuck is this lunatic doing? How does that make any sense, right? That does not make any sense to me at all whatsoever. Why you would give a shit? Why not just use yours? Because when it says he used both his own and Danley's players cards, I don't know. Why did he even have Danley's player card? Why? Well, why? Why on this day? Who cares? Why? Why not just put in your own name? Who gives a shit? Why even use a player's card at this point? Now, if you watch slot channels, okay, so here's an argument to that. I'll throw out an argument. Throw out my own argument. If you watch slot channels, I don't know how many people do, but I do occasionally. And you watch people playing slot machines, they will actually take their card out, gamble a couple times, throw their card back in, thinking that, maybe they're fooling the computer. Maybe the computer doesn't want them to win or does want them to win, and they'll use the player's card of the person that's with them. So you'll have like a husband and wife team in there, and they'll start switching out players' cards with each other's players' cards to try and, I guess, beat the system. I don't know. It's a weird thing, man. I guess people are superstitious or whatever. So to throw out an argument for that, maybe this guy was that kind of fucking loopy ass person, man. I don't know. Just throwing that out because, sure, when I go back and review this later, I may forget about that little argument there, and it'd be nice to have it on here. At approximately 7:30 in the morning, Paddock returned to his room from approximately, so 7:30, 7, yeah, he returned to his room. That's fine. And he only gambled, 4 hours? And I don't have that slide for me. I should have, but I didn't read this. I didn't realize where this was going before I started actually going through this, where my head was going to go with it. At approximately 12:30, 12:29 afternoon, Paddock was observed waiting for an elevator with 2 rolling suitcases. There was also a third bag hanging from one of the rolling suitcases. All right, is he going out? Let's see. Paddock moved his vehicle. No, he's coming in. He's bringing bags in. At approximately 12:33, a room service ticket was opened for 32134. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of times in most of these, they don't have this wording right here, right? So apparently I didn't care on the other days. It doesn't say the ticket was open. This is the day when they say the ticket was open. Most of the times they do the thing below where they say how much it totaled out to. Anyway, so he ordered food. At approximately 1:17 hours, Mandalay Bay valet parked Paddock's vehicle in garage East space 317. And the little deal there says this is the same space detectives located the vehicle in after the shooting. Okay. All right. So at approximately 1:37, room service ticket was closed out for 32134 in Danley's name. Well, okay, so he earned a bunch of points on Danley's card. Um, and of course it's in Danley's name. The room's in her name, right? So he ordered the room service to that room. So it's going to be in her name. Um, maybe that's why he was gambling. This is stupid, but maybe that's why he's gambling, build up enough comp points so that she wasn't going to have to pay for this later. Uh, anyway, check totaled $67.60 and included 2 entrees. Well, that's a lot cheaper than it's been in the past, man. It was $94 first night, and I think it was 106 or 102 night after that. So, a little bit cheaper. He didn't order as much food this night, and this is the night where everything kind of goes batshit crazy. From 2:23 in the afternoon to what is that? 7:40 at night. The doors for rooms 134, 135 were manipulated multiple times. For example, the doors were open, closed, deadbolts locked, were engaged and disengaged several times. We'll get into the door reports, eventually here. We went through. All right. We went through. I was just reading what you're saying. We went through a lot of it. Well, I mean, we went through pretty much all of this as far as the door logs go. This day here, to my knowledge, there was some very strange activity, and I believe this could be explained. And we kind of had an explanation for a lot of these entries within this door, which, like I said, we'll get into that when we get into the door logs. Eventually, when we get into the FIT report, the final report, from approximately 8:40 to what was that 10:05, a series of events led up to the mass shooting conducted by Paddock. Of course, they don't explain the the 9:33 awkwardness with the door. Anyway, so approximately 8:40 hours, a hot sauce alarm was generated for 32129. 8:40. So we got a million different things going on here, man. This says 8:40 on the hot sauce alarm generated for 129, but I guess okay. So I guess yeah. Then it says approximately 9:18. The hot sauce call was assigned security officer Campos by his cell phone. Of course, when I read that report, I don't remember if the guy said it was sent to his. Yeah, I think he did say it was sent to his cell phone. Okay, so at 8:40, so what is that? That's half an hour. That's 38 minutes. It took him to assign that security officer Campos by his cell phone. Security officer Campos was assigned 5 hot SOS. God, I can't speak English. Which above it said several. So I don't know why they didn't use 5 above. Like I said, I think this was written at different times by different people. It was assigned 5 hot SOS calls during the 9:18 hours cell phone call, which I don't. It wasn't a cell phone call. It was a text message, I believe. That would be kind of stupid to have somebody try to memorize every room number that you're giving them. According to interviews of hotel staff, it's common practice to assign hot SOS calls to security officers. Yeah, it wasn't when I was there. And then immediately close out the hot SOS tickets prior to the security officer actually checking the room. And I gave an explanation why I think that is yesterday when I did this, or this morning rather. Security officer Campos handled the hot SOS call for room 32129 last. Did he though? I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna raise controversy on that one because that's that's in question, man. I don't know. That's fucked up. And I explained that yesterday why I think that's a little screwed up, especially if you're to believe the nightline footage. If that nightline footage is legit, then this is not legit. At least in my opinion. So, what is this? 9:40 at night. Jason Aldean started his performance Route 91 Festival. Approximately 9:46, the deadbolt to room 32134 was engaged. So they don't say what happened at 9:33, right? Although at 9:36 they do explain how the 135 was engaged. But yeah, 9:33, nothing. Oh shit! Here we go. 9:46 to 10 p.m. Security Officer Campos entered the service elevator approximately 9:46 hours and got off on 30th floor at approximately 9:47 hours. Entered the service elevator approximately 9:46. Okay, so that's where the Nightline footage got the 9:46 from, I guess. So imagine if Nightline got this footage and they read through this report and they said, we need a time for when he got on that elevator. And let's say that elevator footage of him getting in that elevator was not even the same time. That was just footage of Campos getting on a freaking elevator. Maybe that day, maybe earlier that day, maybe later that day. And they gave this footage to him. And they're reading through this report going, well, what the fuck do we do with this footage? Because we got to show him getting on the elevator, but we don't know what time it is. I read this report, 9:46. That matches up with what Nightline says, right? And of course, we see that Nightline actually had to doctor in that time. So, throwing the argument out there, of course, this is all speculation, but throwing that argument out there, I guess that could be a possibility. This is where they got that time from. But 9:46 hours and got off on 30th floor at approximately 9:47. I think it'd be probably closer to 9:48, but whatever, And so I got off the floor at 9:47. And again, there was in one of the statements we're going to read later, man, it's talking about one of the guys that was giving some of the video footage to the LVMPD from this hotel, talking about how the times were actually off on some of their recordings versus the audio on their, some of their stuff. So they had to manipulate the times on these things. So, these times could be off. It could be, man. They could be. That's clusterfuck. So yeah, got off the 30th floor. Now I got to go back and look, man. I need to do this, man. I keep putting it off because I really don't want to watch that damn video again. But Bitsko was the Bitsko cam. I believe it's Bitsko. He goes up, and I believe it's the 30th floor where he finds two people sleeping with the door wide, not wide open, but the door open, and barges in on them, tells them to shut their door. So at that point, Bitsko's answering the hot sauce alarm call right on the 30th floor. Why was Campos up there and that door did not get fucking closed? Now, approximately, he got off on this floor at 9:47. The shooting started at 10:05. Bitsko was probably up there on that floor probably somewhere around 10:20, maybe 10:30 even. I don't know. Have to go back and look. So I guess it's possible those people left that door open after Campos had already left that particular floor where he was supposed to close a door. I guess we could say that is coincidence, but strange. It's strange that it's one hell of a coincidence, I guess. A security officer, maybe they have a problem with that door. Maybe that, I don't know, man. I could speculate all kinds of stupid shit. Security Officer Campos walked in the stairwell 100 wing of the 30th floor and walked up to the 32nd floor. Security Officer Campos could not gain entry at the 32nd floor due to the door being barricaded. Yes, there's that word. It causes shit ton controversy. Let's see what the footnote says. The investigation will reveal the door leading from the stairwell to the 32nd floor is barricaded by an L bracket screwed into the door and the door frame. All right, so that's the explanation for barricaded. Let's see, where was I, man? I freaking kind of lost my place. Approximately 10. Well, security out walked. Where the hell am I? Oh, there it is. Security officer Campos walked up the stairs to the 33rd floor. Did he though? Did he though? According to Campos, he went down to the 31st floor, but they're saying that he went up to the 33rd floor. And of course, there's no footnote here saying how they know he went up to the 33rd floor. There might be in the final though, and I think they said it was because of the camera footage, which at that point tells you that security officer Campos is not a very valid witness because, we're catching him in, a false statement here. Security officer Campos walked down the 100 wing of the 33rd floor to the center core, took a guest elevator to the 32nd floor. And of course, no time frames whatsoever. Now, this is where they should have a time frame. We should have an actual exact freaking time on this, right? Try not to curse too much. So we should have a time on that. That's messed up because he got into the elevator. The elevator should have a time code on it, and we should know exactly when he got on that elevator and when he got off. And they're not sharing that with us. Why the hell aren't you sharing that with us? Because that would be important. That is important. That's important. At approximately 10 o'clock, security officer Campos exited the elevator. All right, so approximately. I don't know, man. I would think there would be an exact time when he got off that damn elevator. Security officer Campos exited the guest elevator and walked up the 100 wing towards room 32129. So where does 959 come from? Where does the 959 original timeline come from? Because he was not at that bracket. He did not walk up those stairs, walk all the way down the hallway, wait for an elevator, get in the elevator, go down a floor, get off the elevator, all within a minute. I mean, this guy, he ain't that motivated. I'm sorry. No, he ain't hauling ass like that. So approximately 2200 hours, security officer Campos exited the guest elevator, walked up the 100 wing towards room 32129. Security officer Campos checked room 32129 and found it was secure. So he checked the door first, I guess. All right. Well, whatever. Security officer Campos walked into the foyer leading to the stairwell and observed the L bracket screwed into the door and frame. The reason I say that is 32129 was where he claims he was standing when he was shot at, when the shooting started coming through the doorway. So why was he there? What was he doing in front of that door? Did he just happen to be walking in front of that door at the time Paddock scoped him and started shooting down that hallway? I don't know. I mean, I guess that is definitely a possibility, but he was in front of 32129, which coincidentally was the room that he was up there to check in the first place, supposedly, according to this. At approximately 10:04, security officer Campos picked up the house phone located inside the small foyer leading to the stairwell, called security dispatch to report the L bracket on the door to the stairs. Security dispatch transferred the call to maintenance dispatch. Now they're oh my god, these fucking people. The maintenance dispatcher then transferred security officer Campos to the maintenance supervisor's cell phone. So above, yesterday we read part of the report that said Campos's supervisor called maintenance, and here we have a completely different story, I guess. I don't know. I'd have to go back and read it, but this is just, it's all over the place. From approximately 22:05, 22:16. I said I wasn't going to go over an hour, but I think I'm going to have to get through this. Engineer Shuck was contacted by the maintenance dispatcher via his radio. So 2205. And then Paddock fired 2 single shots, gunshots in the Las Vegas Village area. Okay, so that first one, the Shuck thing, I guess they would know, right? They would know. I don't know if Mandalay Bay logs radio calls, or if there's some sort of evidence they have for when exactly that call came in. If they have some sort of footage, I don't know. It's very well possible, I guess. There could be something the maintenance dispatcher does to log that, I guess. And it's possible. Yeah, I mean, what if that was the 959 log right there? What if he called him at 959? Oh, that throws everything into a complete tailspin, because that would infer that Campos was up there at 959, where the bracketed door was, made that call. The call was sent to Shuck, and then you got 6 minutes there that are unaccounted for what Campos was doing in that hallway. Anyways, Paddock fired an undetermined amount of gunshots in the Las Vegas Village area. This is 2205. Why is it undetermined? What? He fired 2 single gunshots into the lot. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, I get it. This is the preliminary report. They don't know what the hell's going on at this point, I guess. Why they put this out, I don't know. Fired 2 single gunshots in the Las Vegas Village area. Where the hell did they get that from? What is that? What is that, dude? I don't understand what the hell that is. What that means. Yeah, I don't know. And then Paddock fired an undetermined amount of gunshots into the Las Vegas Village area. So, I mean, if those are the single shots they're talking about, then this is, I believe it was 9. I believe it was 9 total. So the undetermined amount of shots would be 7. So, what the fuck, guys? Well, you know, why can I figure this out and you guys can't? I don't understand. You guys got a hell of a lot more manpower than my dumbass. Okay, so 10:06, approximately 10:06. Security officer Campos into the phone call and hung up the house phone. After hanging up the phone, security officer Campos heard what he described as rapid drilling noise. Again, we talked about this on the last one. He said rapid drilling, and Ellen tried to get him to say that those were gunshots. He said it was rapid drilling. So if we're to believe this guy, and this guy is kind of shaky, he heard drilling. He did not hear gunshots at this point. Paddock fired approximately 100 rounds into the Las Vegas Village area. That's fucked up, right? Because those gunshots were loud, man. We heard him downstairs from the next floor down. This guy's in the next room over, and he's not hearing this shit. And so, anyway, Paddock fired approximately 100 rounds in the Las Vegas Village area. Security officer Campos began walking down the 100 wing towards center core. Engineer Shuck was told by his supervisor to go 32nd floor. He wasn't told last time when he was made aware of this. I guess maybe that phone call lasted a whole minute. LVMPD unit, whatever, Sam Easy, broadcast over Convention Center area command radio channel. We got shots fired 415A at Route 91. Sounded like an automatic firearm. Got to check timeline on that, because I don't know if that was 10:06. I don't think that was. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong on that. But I'm going to have to check that one too. So 100 wing towards center. There's so much here. Campbell started walking down the 100 wing towards center core. How do they know? How do they know? I've asked this question since day fucking one, and nobody's ever given me an answer that actually makes any sense whatsoever. And I don't think anybody ever will. But, you know, how do they know that this was the exact time frame that Campos was in there and that Campos was shot? Between which volleys? Between the original first shots, the 100-round volley. How do they know? How do they know when he was actually hit? Because here at Rapid Drilling didn't hear gunshots, right? So gunshots didn't happen before he got out in the hallway, according to Campbell's statement, right? So Campbell's would have been shot at before the original shots, if you want to believe his statement. According to these fucking people, according to this timeline here, that's not how it went down. That they're trying to say that they're trying to say that drilling was the gunshots, and that when he walked in the hallway, Paddock was shooting out the window already. He did the 100-round burst, and then he came back to the door and started shooting down the door. A lot of things come into question, man. A lot of things come into question because he's shooting 100 rounds into the festival area at this point. And if he's shooting 100 rounds in the festival area, he would have heard that. He would have heard that. How would he react to that? That noise. I mean, it's right on the other side of a door right there, man. That's loud. I was always of the impression, these things are very, noise canceling as far as these rooms go. And I believe that's true. But nah, dude, when you can hear it from a floor down, halfway down the hall, you can hear it right outside that door. No fucking question. So how would he have reacted? Personally, I'm starting to become of the opinion that Paddock was shot, or that Campos was shot at before any of this went down. I mean, I'm kind of that opinion, man. And it conflicts with all this, but that's because this is all conflicting. Everything's conflicting here. All right, so Paddock fired rounds down the hallway at Security Officer Campos. Security Officer Campos was struck in the left calf with a bullet fragment. He took cover in the alcoves between 32-124, 32-122, unless you believe Campos' statement, and then he was on the opposite side of the hallway. But I actually believe the police here because, and I believe Campos' statement to a point, because, that 129 alcove took 11 hits, which tells me that Campos is probably right. He was in front of 129 when the shooting started. Ran down that hallway. This 124, 122, I believe, took 6 hits in that alcove. So that does match up. But again, now we're calling Campos a liar again. So we got issues here, man. Our one witness is kind of full of shit. Security Officer Campos told his dispatch via the radio, hey, there's shots fired in 32-135. Engineer Shuck's dispatcher told him specifically where to go on the 32nd floor. Engineer Shuck left room 62207 and walked to the service elevators with his equipment cart. The service elevators are located in the 200 wing of the hotel. So nobody thought to tell Shuck, hey, there's something going on at 32nd floor. You might not want to go up there. Because at this point, Campos already said there's shots fired from 32-135. And his dispatcher told him immediately after, if you want to believe the way this report is written, to go to the 32nd floor. Oh, that's crazy. It's crazy. That's crazy and that's stupid. So 10:07, Paddock fired approximately 95 rounds in the Las Vegas Village area. LVMPD officers, Varson and Hendricks, left the Mandalay Bay security office with 2 armed Mandalay Bay security officers. Paddock fired approximately 100 rounds in the Las Vegas Village area. Paddock fired approximately 94 rounds into the Las Vegas Village area. Timing on the bullets and all that sort of stuff is not something I've done to this point, so I can't really attest to that. That's for other people to figure that out for now. Eventually, I'm sure I'll get around to it. 2208, Paddock fired the first round at the fuel tank and missed the tank. How do we know that? I know there's a lot of shit about this shot spotter crap, but how do we know that? And so generated for the shooting incident. So the event started as far as the LVMPD is concerned, although they backdated it, or they backtracked it all the way to 10:05 when this report came out. 2209, Paddock fired the second round fuel tank, missed the tank. Third round fuel tank, missed the tank. Fourth round fuel tank, missed the tank. So, all right, well, let's continue. Paddock fired the fifth round fuel tank, first strike in the fuel tank, top strike. Paddock fired the sixth round fuel tank, second strike into the fuel tank, lower strike. The investigation was unable to determine when the seventh and eighth rounds were fired at the fuel tank. Paddock fired an undetermined number of rounds into the Las Vegas Village area. Let's see what the footnote says on this. There were 8 .308 casings inside room 32134. So, what we can infer by that footnote, is that the LVMPD is saying, well, there were this many rounds fired. There were 8 rounds fired from that room. They must have all gone to the tank, which tells me they have some information. They have some evidence that when these shots were actually fired at the tank, because the seventh and eighth, they admit, we don't fucking know. We don't know anything about the seventh and eighth round, but we do know about these other ones. So it tells me that there is some information out there. Now, maybe there's a camera, body camera, something, maybe cameras around those fuel tanks somewhere that's saying, that's hearing the sonic cracks at the very least. I'm guessing. That's the only thing I can really think of off the top of my head to make that make sense. As far as the strikes, we know at least where, I think the lower strike, I believe, was the one that we saw in the HLN report. So yeah, there may be actual footage of these things hitting the tanks, so they may know exactly when they hit the tanks. They just the missed ones are interesting, right? Because those would not be caught on that kind of camera, but there would have to be some sort of surveillance or something, And again, the shot spotter thing, I'm sorry, I don't really buy all that shit. Maybe it's a thing, maybe it works. I don't fucking know. But otherwise, if that's the case, they would know where the seventh and eighth rounds, they would know when those were fired, but they don't, right? So something caught the first 4 missed shots, and they know exactly when those happen. The only thing I can think of is that there's some sort of camera, surveillance, CCTV, I don't know, with audio somewhere near those tanks, hearing the sonic cracks go by. And we don't have the footage. Whatever that is, we don't have it. 2210, so 1010. Has been firing for 5 minutes now. Engineer Shuck arrived at center core, 32nd floor, and walked up the 100 wing toward 135. As he walked, Engineer Shuck heard what he believed to be a jackhammer sound in the distance. Yeah, that's kind of what it sounded like on the body cam that we heard from Barson Hendricks. And that was a floor below. Engineer Shuck quickly realized it was automatic gunfire. Let's see. The footnote is the investigation determined at the time Engineer Shuck heard the gunfire. Paddock fired approximately 21 rounds referred to above at the Las Vegas Village area. Again, I didn't do a lot of the gunshot stuff, so as of this time, I don't have much on that. After the gunshot stopped, security officer Campos yelled at Engineer Shuck to take cover. Engineer Shuck turned and took cover in the alcove between rooms 32, 119, 117. All right. Paddock fired rounds down the hallway at Engineer Shuck. No, he didn't. No, he really didn't. He was not struck by gunfire. Yeah, he wasn't even close there. Engineer Shuck attempted to open room 32-117 with his master key card. However, the deadbolt lock was engaged and he was unable to gain entry in the room. Now, I thought those unlocked the deadbolt, but I could be wrong. I could be fucking wrong. I don't know. But if you got a master key card, I would think it would unlock the deadbolt. Anyway, so there's got to be a way for them to get through that deadbolt because, if somebody has a heart attack or something in the room, calls down, says, I need help up here. I believe there was something in the news about that. So I thought those master key cards would unlock the deadbolt, but I don't know, maybe not. Maybe they're different. Maybe there's different versions of it. I don't fucking know. Maybe they call downstairs, get the room unlocked. I don't fucking know. He was not struck by gunfire. He wasn't even shot at. Right. We have something that came out later, a PDF, I believe, that shows where those shots landed. All right, I think I'm back. Am I back? Yeah. All right, so nothing landed close to him. I don't remember what the closest shots were, but only a couple shots actually landed on what would be the right side of the hallway if you're looking down that hallway from Paddock's room. You had some shots. You had, like I said, 11 shots hit in 129 alcove. Then you had a shot hit down there in, I believe, room 105 alcove or somewhere near there. But other than that, most of them landed either in the hallway or on Campos' side, which would be the left-hand side of the hallway. Somewhere near where Shuck was, actually. But, yeah, that's why he was not struck by gunfire. Engineer Shuck stayed over his radio. Shannon called the police. Someone's firing a rifle down 32nd floor hallway. All right. And I'm going to stop this there, man, because this is going a little long. I did not expect to go this long. And I want to go eat. So I'm going to get out of here on that one. That's good for part 2. And I was going to try to finish this day off, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to. Anyways, everyone, stay safe out there. The world's fucked up, and have a good day.